Welcome to Everything's Dumb. My name is Victoria.
I'm Kate.
And today I want to talk about theme parks, water parks, Disney parks.
We're going brand name with this already.
Yes.
All right.
But before we get to that, so as everyone knows, because I keep talking about it, I started a new job recently.
Yay.
Very exciting. And I just think every single day when I'm there, I don't work from the office every day. Sometimes I work at home.
Nice.
But I know, thank God. But when I am at the office, I spend a lot of my time thinking about how, like, corporate office environments are very strange.
Uh-huh.
And have you ever worked in an office like that?
Yeah. Well, not like a corporate. I've worked for corporations and I've worked in offices, but I don't think I've ever worked in like a corporate businessy office situation.
Yeah, I think this is my first one. And
how do you like it?
Well, it's just confusing to me. And I like a lot of the people there, which is great.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but all the people that I work with, I like.
There you go.
Which, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But before I started this job, I was like, oh, I have to buy a bunch of like button-down shirts and I have to wear nice shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I realized that some people who work there wear flip-flops.
Oh.
And wear just like shorts.
Office casual.
Yes. And so I'm kind of trying to navigate the dress code because it seems like there is not one.
Okay.
There is one woman who wears high heels, but she has the same job as me.
Oh.
And so I'm like, why is she coming into the office for just 2 hours and then spending the rest of her day like out in the field in heels? Like, I don't understand this.
Maybe she has flip-flops in her car.
Maybe. Because when I'm out like in the field, which is what they call it, makes me feel a little strange saying that. I don't know why. But when I'm out in the field, I'm wearing
reporting live from
exactly
Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. But when I'm like not working from home and not working from the office, when I'm out and about, I just am wearing like straight up sneakers because I'm walking a lot.
Right.
Even if you find a decent parking spot, you still have to walk to the building. And if I am not driving that day, if I'm taking the bus or whatever, you have to walk between bus stops. Anyway, but that lady is lovely. I'm not insulting her. I'm just saying I can't relate.
Right. I don't understand your choices.
Yeah. But there's another part of the office that a lot of, I don't even know what to call them. There's
hoodlums.
Like, what? Hoodlums?
Hoodlums.
No, I might get along with them better. No, it's like, they're not like finance bros, they're not tech bros, they're like real estate bros. They're like brokerage bros. Yeah, and so it's a lot of... There you go.
Brokers.
Yeah. Something along those lines. But they just kind of stand around in huddles talking about whose pool they hung out in over the weekend and like when they're going to Vegas next, and they're always talking about their girls, and by that they mean women who they're in relationships with.
I thought you were going to say that they pay. That they pay.
I mean, they call them their girlfriends, but who knows?
Okay.
Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised. But and the desk that I set myself up at whenever I go to the office, because I don't have like a permanent desk there. But it's just right across from where all these bros hang out.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like staring at them like, this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard. Why are we talking about this? Why don't you get back to work? And then I'm like, well, I should probably get back to work and not eavesdrop on this. But I think the whole corporate environment, like, it really is very strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because people say things that I'm like, I don't know if you're supposed to be talking that much about your personal life at work, but then everyone else seems to do it. But then I still feel like if I did it, I would be like overexposing myself. I don't know. It's just very strange. I guess I don't have yeah, I don't have an answer to any of this. I just wanted to, like, voice my opinion that, like, I think it's so weird.
Well, you're also still very new.
I am new.
And so every job that I've had, I feel like when I first started, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get along with these people. Like, I don't know if I have any. And then you just start talking to people, and...
I do like the people that I work with directly.
Yeah.
I love my boss.
That's good.
So much. And I'm very grateful for him. And then his boss, who I guess is also my boss, is great. And she's wonderful as well. And we all love her. It's just this group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I, like, take my meal prepped food every day and I stick it in the microwave, and it's just some sort of goop with, like, some vegetable and some carb and some meat. And they're always like, oh, what you got there? And I'm like, dude, it's the same shit I had yesterday. Like, we just had this conversation. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. It's just so different from working in my previous jobs, like a restaurant or a store.
Yeah.
You know, it's just weird.
Well,
I'm just adjusting to it.
Yeah. Usually, you know, part-time jobs are for people that are trying to pursue other things.
Yeah.
Whereas you're now working with people that have no dreams.
Okay, I never thought of it like that.
Or have given up on their dreams.
This is like their career.
Right. This is all they have. This is all their lives.
I am used to working with people who spend most of their day at work talking about what other project they're working on. Or what audition they have.
Right.
Or their stupid podcast.
Or what they... And now it's just you at that office.
Oh, no one... I mean, Callie obviously knows that I have a podcast, and... I hope she hasn't told anyone. I really don't want them listening to this.
We got to get you one of those fans, that merch that you want to make for fans, so you can just bring it into the office and advertise so everybody knows.
Oh my god. Those guys would not listen to this show.
That's fine. They just have to, like, download it and rate a review. They don't have to listen.
That's fine. If they give it 5 stars...
Sure.
Then I'll talk to them about what stupid meal prep.
I was just going to say, you could make a deal with them. If you go on Spotify and give this 5 stars, I will go into intense detail about every morsel of food that is in here every day, if you want me to ask. I will give you recipes, cooking instructions. You're not going to give a shit about any of it. No, they don't. Right. They're just trying to make conversation because they have...
And I think their job is so much about, like, networking that they're just used
can't turn it off.
Trying to talk to people all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a property to sell you.
You just need, like, a spray bottle so you can be like, down, boy, shh, down, off.
That's an amazing idea.
You're welcome.
We could have branded merch spray bottles.
Dude.
How to keep the bros away at work.
Yes. Oh anti-bro spray.
It's like bug spray, but it's bro spray.
Coming soon.
Okay, so we're going to talk about theme parks, water parks, Disney parks. Disney is like the main one.
It's just the biggest one.
Right. The main one.
Okay.
Or that's not the same thing.
Well, like... I don't know if they have the most locations. Wouldn't, like, Six Flags or something like that be bigger because they have more locations throughout the country?
Maybe, but the Magic Kingdom Park at Disney World in Florida is the most visited park in the world.
Okay.
I looked that up.
Okay. You don't just know that information.
No.
You can just walk around with that information constantly.
I mean, I will going forward.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun fact. So, Disneyland, which is in Anaheim, California, which I've still never been to.
One day.
One day. That opened in 1955, and for the first 12 months, they had 3.8 million visitors, which is kind of a lot.
Wow.
3.8 in the first year?
Yeah.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot.
That's a lot. That's a huge chunk of the population back
then. Yeah. These days, they get about 17 million visitors per year.
That seems about how long the lines are.
Yeah. That feels about right.
Yeah.
And then in Disney World, which is in Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
They opened in 1971, and for the first 12 months, so they already had the reputation of Disneyland out in California as being a really fun place to go, And so people were really excited when Disney World opened in Florida.
Right.
So Disneyland had 3.8 million visitors. Disney World had 10.3. So they had a lot more. And today...
It was also much bigger.
Yes, it was a lot bigger. So today they have Magic Kingdom, the Park of Magic Kingdom in Florida, gets more visitors than all of Disneyland in California.
Wow.
Per year. And then if you add in all the other parks at Disney World, they get about 60 million visitors.
Holy
So this is a lot of America, a lot of Europe.
Right.
People come from literally other countries to go to Florida.
Well, I know people that go like to other countries to go to their
Yeah, there's one in Paris and one in Tokyo. Yeah. That one must be nice.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the one in Florida is nice because they have really strict rules about like keeping it clean, but Tokyo is known for
every
being...
Disney park is nice, but like I don't know, the technology. It's just like they have shit figured out. Like Disney, I guess Disney parks are the closest you can get to like being in Japan.
Yeah,
in America,
probably
because they are all
there's not trash everywhere,
ridiculously clean.
Yeah.
And like the bathrooms, you would think that many people, like the information that you're giving me kind of just makes Disneyland and Disney parks more impressive to me, because the fact that they have that many people and that much of their shit together, like it is insane. The bathrooms are not what you would think with millions of people visiting every single day. Like they're constantly cleaned, and every part of it, like every part of the park. I remember going to Six Flags for the first time after going to Disneyland, and was like, oh, things are kind of gross here.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of like, I don't want to touch something.
Yeah, it definitely has a kind of like a 70s feel. Like it feels like it's the Wild West.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a New York in the 80s. It's like kind of grimy, but it's like fun and cool.
Yeah.
Whereas Disney is so, I mean, again, I've never been there, but I imagine that it is so pristine.
Right.
And they have such a strict, like, brand that they have to stick to. And they don't want anything to tarnish that brand. So there will never be a loose wrapper of anything on the floor. Yep. There's never trash anywhere. There's never, like, I read today, someone on Reddit said that they worked as a janitor, and I'm sure they have a fancier name than that, at Disneyland. And they said that they were trained on how to clean up vomit, like as efficiently and as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So they would stand like near the rides, and they were trained on what to look for when someone was getting off a ride. They could pick the person who was about to puke.
Oh my God.
And they would just watch them, and then they would come off the ride and throw up. And then they would, like, wait until they started to walk away, and they'd just make a beeline. And it would be gone in, like, a minute.
Yeah.
So that's a whole level of expertise that I didn't know that anyone on the planet had.
Yeah, that's
someone out there.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Is
like,
trained in that.
Like, so Disney feels very much like strict parents are in charge and making every single part of this amazing. Like, not like it's not fun kind of strict, but like everything is under control, everything is taken care of, everything is thought out, like far more than you could ever think. But it's funny that they call them Imagineers, all the Disney engineers, because they really do think of like absolutely everything. Whereas Six Flags kind of has that, like, the parents left the older brother in charge kind of feeling.
Like,
it does
fun,
like,
but it's like
you can tell that people
you don't know what's gonna happen.
You can just tell that people have vomited here. Like, you just know it. Like, you don't. There's not vomit everywhere, but like you believe it. Like, it's just, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And Disney is just so pristine, and so like they do. There's that whole joke about how nobody dies at Disney. They'll like keep their heart pumping until they get out of the park or whatever. So nobody actually dies at Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah, I believe that.
Disney.
I mean, I certainly don't have a problem with any of that. My problem is this. So the price to get into Disneyland when it opened in 1955, if you adjusted that for inflation, it would cost around $35 today. Wow. But instead,
you can't park at Disneyland for $35.
Right. So instead, for your ticket, you are paying at least $100 up to $200 Plus, if you want to pay for the genie thing that lets you skip the line, which, I'm sorry, what kind of fucking bullshit is that? So you're going to scrimp and save to be able to go to Disneyland, pay for a parking spot, pay for tickets for your entire family, pay for food, which is extremely expensive inside the park.
Yes.
And then some rich asshole is going to come through and they dropped money on some pass that lets them skip the line, and then you're just like, I paid all this money and I brought my family here and now we can't even get on any rides. Like, it's such bullshit. No, everyone should have to wait in line. Every single person.
So it used to be fast passes. And you used to the way that the fast pass worked is that you would go to a ride, and if the line was too long, you could get a pass that would bring you back, that you could go into a shorter line.
Okay.
And you had to be back between like this hour and this hour. So you could go off to the park and do other things and then come back during that time and turn in your fast pass and go. And then they realized that they can do that same thing, but instead of having to go to the ride, you can just do it from your phone. But if they do that, they can charge you for it. So for $30, you can get a fast pass for the day. I think you can only have like one at a time. Like, you can hold a fast pass for one ride, and then once you go on that ride, you can get another fast pass for another ride. So you kind of have to start it early in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... I believe that was a post-COVID thing. That turned into a paid thing.
Yeah.
Another paid subscription thing.
I just don't think...
That was not part of it before.
Yeah. I mean, well then I'm so clearly not a capitalist at heart. Or any other part of my body. But, like, don't make it a paid thing. Everyone should be able to download this thing. Of course, that means you have to have a smartphone, so you have to have at least a little bit of money. But everyone should be able to download this app and then just put your name in line for this ride and just hope for the best. But, like, I really think it is so massively disgusting that, like, families are paying hundreds, and then, of course, if they're paying for plane tickets and hotels, you could pay thousands of dollars to bring your family on, like, the dream trip to Disneyland or Disney World. And then some prick is going to jump in line ahead of you because they have extra money to burn. And it's like, why is it this way? Why are we doing it? Like, everything just feels like an expensive, like, hellscape.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it feels.
Money talks. And it gets on rides faster.
I just would want everyone who came to my park to have a really good time.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want a family to be so stressed out about the fact that the lines are so long, and then these rich kids are getting in line ahead of them, and, like, my kids are seeing that happen, and they're being like, well,
it's in a different line. You don't see it. They hide it. So yes, I am sure during the busiest times, you're not going to go to Disneyland and not get on any rides. Like, that's just impossible. Like, there are rides that are shorter. There's so much there. There's so many different things to do, and there's so many different things to ride that you can find something. Some of the most popular rides are going to be like 2-hour waits.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy. And that's why people pay an extra $30 to skip those
But so the people who can't afford that just have to wait in line, and then they spend a huge percentage of their day that they paid like $150 for.
Yeah.
Just waiting in line.
Yes.
I don't know. If I were running Disney, I'd be like, I don't want to see lines.
But that has always been the way that it is. Like, it's either the only way to not see lines at Disney is to, like, not allow as many people in. And then you're robbing people of the ability to enjoy the happiest place on earth.
Okay. Well, I'm such a communist that I would be like, if you make more than $100,000 a year, you're not allowed to come to Disneyland.
I don't think that would...
Like, you have a good enough life. You don't need to come
I do think that, like, especially with the addition, and at least I'm just speaking for Disneyland because that's the one that I visit the most often and is closest to us, but I know that I feel like with the addition of all the Marvel stuff and all the Star Wars stuff, they're not really marketing to families anymore. They want people like me.
They want millennials without kids.
Yes.
They want double income kids.
Exactly. They want the dinks. They want the gay couples. They want the people that are going to come and spend a shit ton of money.
Less vomit, too.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe we'll buy food, because most of the time, the other thing is like families will bring food because it does get expensive, and you are allowed to bring food and drinks into the park, and you just have to hide your vodka in a water bottle. Anyway, you can bring that kind of stuff into the park. So they would prefer if you didn't, because I'm not going to. I'm going to go there, and like part of it is eating the food that they have there. So I think that they're just maybe not. Yeah, families are fine, but it's a lot of hassle. There's a lot more chances of puke.
I was going to say, yeah.
There's a lot. You got to clean the diapers out of the restrooms and stuff like that.
Temper tantrums, hopefully.
Yeah. And so.
Although millennials aren't known to be the happiest crowd.
But yeah, I think maybe that might be the business model now, is maybe don't market it towards.
That's even more depressing. Yep. Is that it's not a family thing anymore. I mean, it is. It would be nice if they did a family-free day. Yeah. But if they market their movies towards children and teenagers, and then they market the park towards adults.
Well, some of the movies, again, like now they own Marvel, and now they own Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. So
that's true.
They're just trying to get as much money from everyone as they possibly can, and they know which markets have more money, more disposable income, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I don't make as much as someone that would have 7 kids does, but I have a larger percentage of my, income that's not going to fucking, college funds and stuff like that. Like, I don't need to save for anything.
No, if I had a kid, I wouldn't even save for them to go to college. I'd be like, by the time you're old enough, college degrees will be useless. They're already pretty much useless.
That's true.
I mean, unless you want to literally be a lawyer or a doctor. Otherwise, you don't really need to go to college.
They're still expensive, though. Kids are just...
Yeah.
Too much money.
Absolutely. They have to eat every single day.
Multiple times a day.
Yeah. I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Well, and how fast do you have to buy new clothes for them? Like,
yeah. Yeah. Now I understand why I was mostly dressed in hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
At the time, I wanted my own clothes, and now I'm proud of my parents for staying strong and being like, absolutely not. Yeah, so anyway, Disney is expensive, and Bob Iger made $41 million last year, so just throwing that out there.
Yep.
Maybe make a little less money, and then people can afford to go to your place. But anyway, yeah, eating at the Disney parks used to cost the equivalent of about $22, adjusted for inflation. Now you can spend, how much do you spend when you go to Disneyland on food? I mean, food and drinks. Oh. And obviously, I read that the actual food has kind of kept up with inflation.
Yeah, it's really not like
drinks
crazy
and
expensive.
The snacks are way more. If you buy a thing of popcorn, it's like 9 times the cost of what it used to be.
I don't think I have ever purchased water at Disney.
Okay.
Because I remember years ago when I first went to Disneyland in like 2006, 2007, something like that, water was $2. No. I can bring my own water.
Yeah.
Not all the water bottles have vodka in them.
Yeah.
I can bring actual water so that's what we do every time. We just bring backpacks like stuffed with water.
What do you do when you go on a ride? Like, what do you do with the backpack?
They either have a place for you to set it, or there's always
cubby?
a little pouch. Like I think maybe like 2 rides ever we have to set it somewhere, but they always have, it's either under your seat or in front of you. Like they people are walking around with their fucking strollers and multiple backpacks and over their shoulder. So like they're so prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I accidentally took a switchblade to Disney?
No. Almost as bad as trying to take one on a plane.
Accidentally. No, I took it all the way in. I didn't realize for weeks.
Wait, they didn't...
So...
Do they not search your bags?
They do.
Okay.
When you're going into Disney, they do search your bags. They have like a little metal detector thing now they didn't used to have, but they have you walk through a metal detector, and then they like open up your bags and go through your stuff and see your weed gummies and don't say anything. And you just put them in a different bag. Anyway, they opened up... I had this backpack. I think it was the same one that you got, where it was like... it's a backpack purse, and there's all these different pouches and pockets and stuff. But then there's this like hidden pocket that's up against your back. So it's like on the back. It's like a side zipper that doesn't even look like it's there. It's kind of a hidden zipper, but it's on the part of the backpack that's like right up against your back. And I always kept my knife in there because if I was walking and I felt uneasy and I wanted to grab my knife, I could literally reach it with my backpack on. Like I could just put my hand up against my back and find that zipper and reach in and grab it. Whereas trying to get a normal thing out of a backpack is like trying to reach behind and it doesn't really work. So I always had it in that pouch so that I could just grab it really easily. And when they were going through all of the things in my pouch, I don't think they had metal detectors at this time because otherwise it would have gone off. But they were going through all of the pouches and everything and totally forgot about that. Like, they didn't see that, like, hidden zipper, and I completely forgot about it.
Oh, my God.
And went into Disneyland and had a whole great day and whatever, and no big deal, nothing happened. And
no
then,
one
like,
got stabbed?
Weeks later, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, don't worry, I have my knife. I took my knife to Disneyland. For the whole day, I walked around Disneyland with a fucking switchblade up against my back and had no idea.
That's really funny. I've never heard that story before.
Yeah.
God. I mean, thank God that you aren't crazy and you didn't do anything.
I didn't know I had it. I didn't even know it was on me.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's a good thing that you weren't a bad person who snuck it in on purpose.
No.
Because imagine.
What? Like, for what?
Yeah. But imagine, like...
Someone gets the last pretzel, I'm like, give it to me. Like, what am I going to use it for?
Hey.
I'm just glad
you never know what's going to set someone off.
Because if they'd found it, I would have had to, like, throw it away. Yeah. Which would have been annoying, because then I just have to buy a whole new one.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God, and then
That's
I took
really
alcohol into the wrong park. That was another thing that happened at Disneyland. So, it used to be that Disneyland was Disneyland and there was no alcohol ever served in Disneyland. And then they came up with California Adventures, which they like put a fucking winery on. Like there's a little winery, there's grapes growing in this little like outside of this little restaurant in California Adventures. And so they served alcohol and then it just kind of like all over the park you get alcohol in California Adventures. And it was very specific to California Adventures. And so when we would go there, we would get the park hopper pass, which is more expensive, of course, but worth it. And at a certain point, it's that thing of like, we're already spending so much money. We're not going to deny ourselves an entire park because especially they know what they're fucking doing. The California Adventures Park has all the Marvel stuff and the Disneyland Park has all of the Star Wars stuff. And how many people are a fan of just one of those things and don't give a fuck about? Of course you're going to want both. Yeah. So we would start out in Disneyland and then we would run over to California Adventures so I could get myself some alcohol and hang out there. And then we would come back and just go back and forth. And there was this very specific spot. I forget where it is. It's somewhere in California Adventures. They sell Jack and Coke slushies.
Oh.
And it's like Jack Daniels branded and Coca-Cola branded because it's all sponsored and shit. Yeah, of course. But it's like from a like a slushy machine. Like, and I thought, oh, there's like slushy Coke and they'll add some Jack Daniels.
Jesus, I would
it's
drink
pre-mixed that. Jack Daniels and Coke. And then you take a sip of it and you're like, this is going to be Coke with like a little bit. It is so strong. It is a solid, like they know what they're doing. Yeah. Everything is just top notch. And so it's this like so strong but so tasty and it's frosty and so delicious. Mm-hmm. And so they put it in this like bright neon plastic cup or whatever and I'm walking around and we're about to leave. So then we go back over to California Adventures. I'm not thinking anything of it. I go through the line, get the ticket, I'm holding my drink. I'm walking down Main Street, which is like the first thing that you walk down when you get to into Disneyland. And this guy who's like taking pictures of people, one of the people that works there who's like, oh, I'll take your picture and you can come back to whatever. He comes over to me and he's like, hi, you weren't supposed to leave California Adventures with that drink. And I went, what? And he said, yeah, the yellow cup indicates that there's alcohol in that. And you're only supposed to have that in California Adventures. You actually can't have alcohol in this park.
I'd be like, oh shoot, they gave me the wrong color cup. Oh no.
My regular Coke slushie that I'm sure you don't sell here.
Right.
So he immediately knew that it was alcohol. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, I know.
It feels like it's not your fault.
No. And he said the same thing.
Someone should have stopped you.
They shouldn't have let you walk out of the park with it. They shouldn't have let you walk into this park. Because you have to, like, walk out of the Disney or the California Adventures Park. You walk across what used to be the parking lot. It's just this big space. And then you walk into the other park. And all those times, nobody stopped me. Nobody said anything. I wasn't, like, hiding it. It wasn't behind me. I didn't have it in my secret slot in my backpack. It was just fucking in my hand.
With your switchblade.
Next to my switchblade is where I keep the Jack Daniels and Coke. Hardcore visits to Disneyland. So he was like, no, I totally, because he could see the shock and, like, horror on my face. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, do I have to throw it away or can I chug it? And he's like, I just can't let you keep walking with it. If you want to drink it. So I'm chugging a slushie.
I mean, I'm sure it was, what, fucking $20?
The brain freeze.
Yeah, Jesus.
I think it was only, I don't think it was that, it might have been like 12 or something like that, maybe 14. It's not, the food is not, they're raking you through the coals with the admission price. Yeah. So the food is a little bit upcharged, but it's not like.
It's not insane.
It's not like airport prices or like hotel mini bar or some shit like that. Like, it's a little bit expensive, but it's good. That's the other thing. It's not like
the food is
shitty
really
stuff. It's like, it's a little, I'm vegan, so I'm so used to paying fucking $14 for a burger because it's got all these vegan sauces and stuff like that. And they do have that kind of stuff there, but it's all just made with really good, decent ingredients. And so, yeah, we'll take you one day.
I mean, I do want to go. I know I'm complaining about the prices because I just hate when they make things so much more expensive than they should be or need to be, and then they pay their CEOs millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's like, stop being such a selfish fucking asshole.
I feel like the last
but I do want to go.
The last 3 or 4 times that I've gone to Disneyland, I have fantasized about taking you there. But I told Brian, like, it would have to be one of those things where we pay for her ticket and pay for everything that she's going to eat and drink that day so she doesn't have to look at the prices of anything, and just enjoys herself. And I just haven't won the lottery yet.
I mean, if you win the lottery, of course you can pay for it. But now that I have a job, by the time it cools down enough for me to want to go to Disneyland, because I'm not going before mid-October.
You should not.
So by that time, I can save up for my own ticket.
My birthday is at the end of October.
True.
So maybe we'll just do a birthday trip to Disneyland.
Cool. I mean, we should do it maybe during the week. We can take off work so that we don't have to deal with.
That sounds good. Wednesdays.
Lines.
Wednesdays are good.
Okay.
Sweet.
We got a plan.
End of episode. Theme parks. They're great. We're going in October.
I just want to mention like a handful of things, but we can go through them very quickly. Things that are bad about theme parks.
Okay. I feel like I've been ruining your entire episode because I've just been like, no, it's great. This could be one of those prove me wrong episodes.
That's fine. I'm not saying that Disneyland or Disney World are bad.
Right.
I'm saying they're too expensive.
Correct.
But now I'm going to say some bad things about them. Okay. And I think that maybe you will agree with these at least.
Aha, I found it. I had a fuzzy on. It was like stuck in my lipstick.
Yep. So, theme parks are bad for the environment. They produce a lot of pollution.
Makes sense.
They produce so much trash. A lot of single-use plastic items.
Yep.
Just tons of trash.
Yep.
Literal tons of trash.
Yep.
Every single day. They go through a lot of water. And Disneyland is in Anaheim in Southern California, and we are just in a perpetual permanent drought.
Right.
So not
there.
Great. Huh?
Not there.
Well, because they get all that water like pumped in.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. People travel from all over the country, all over the world to come to these parks, so it puts a huge amount of stress on the local roads and businesses.
Right.
Some businesses pop up who their whole purpose is to serve the like millions of people who come in.
Right.
But regular everyday businesses are like, we cannot handle this.
Yeah.
So it just kind of messes up the neighborhood, like surrounding theme parks. And this is not specific to Disney. Like anyone nearby a Six Flags is probably very sick of people who come to Six Flags.
Yeah. Well, you would always hear that, like, you know, the roller coaster in the back.
Yeah.
Like the people screaming in the background.
Well, yeah,
constantly.
and then also the fireworks that you mentioned a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like Disneyland and Disney World set them off daily.
Every single day.
Yeah, so that's terrible for the environment. I'm sure that's really annoying for their neighbors.
Yep.
And then companies are also buying up the houses around these parks to rent out as Airbnbs.
Yeah.
So that means that even fewer houses are available for regular people who want to live in a house.
One thing I do have to say about the environment thing, though. There is one positive impact to the environment that Disney World creates in Florida.
Okay.
Which is that they control the mosquito population.
What?
Because Disney controls everything. And Florida has a shit ton of mosquitoes, but not at Disney World. Not anywhere at Disney World.
Okay, I guess I'm a fan of Disney.
They literally control the mosquito population in Florida, which is why when there was that whole fight with the Florida government a couple years ago where they were threatening to leave, it was like, you don't know how fucked you guys will be. Because also, like, if a theme park were to move, like, yes, the devastation that it creates to the environment and the surrounding, like, neighborhoods. Imagine if Disney left. What is going to be there?
Right.
What the hell is going to be there?
They can't rip, like, they'd have to tear down the park to build houses and stuff.
In Burbank a few years ago, they moved the IKEA, and the old IKEA is just sitting there. Like, what do you do with an old IKEA? You can't turn that into anything else.
No.
It's too big, and that park would just be 4 gigantic, empty, like, the parking structures. What would you do with that? They could never, it would be...
No, but the Florida government was not, that was the whole just petty thing.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
No one was thinking that through.
But yeah, they do. That is the one positive impact to the environment, is that they can't have mosquitoes in there. So
God, I hate mosquitoes so much.
So does Disney. You guys are on the same team.
Okay, and then some gross facts about water parks.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say about Disney. I was like, okay. I'm ready.
No, this is strictly about water parks.
Totally understand
Which I think, I mean, I went to Busch Gardens when I was a kid at some point, and then I went to Hershey Park in my 20s, but I didn't actually ride any of the water rides. We just went on roller coasters.
Hershey Park was, I used to go to Hershey Park every single summer when I was a kid, and I remember when our family found, there was one year that we went, like the whole family went, and it was like particularly hot, and we discovered that ride where it's like 4 or 5 or 6 people in a giant inner tube, and you just go through like this, and so water just dumps on you. It was we went on that ride very early in the day, and I think we went back maybe the next day to do the exact, because it was just perfect. Like, we were soaking wet, and it was the hottest day it could have been, and so we just felt great, and we went on all these other rides, and like the wind would blow through our wet hair, and everything was like, oh, thank God, it would be so awful if we didn't have that. But
I think I went to another one actually in high school, because I just have this memory now of coming back on a bus. It must have been some field trip. Did we go on a field trip to, like, I don't know, some water park, but I remember we were all soaked on the bus in the evening.
Oh no.
With like air conditioning.
Oh no.
And we were like, we're stupid kids, we didn't plan this.
Yeah.
Like, please turn off the AC.
Yeah, see, this was being run by adults. This was my parents being like, we're going on this now because it's going to be the height of the temperature for the next 6 hours. Oh my God. Yeah, no. That's like, you never go on the water ride last, and you never play the games to win prizes first.
Right, because you don't have to carry them around all day. Yeah, that's very smart.
Yep.
So the water at these theme parks are...
Do you want to use air quotes for that word?
The water, the germ bath.
The liquid at these theme parks. Legally can only call it liquid.
Yeah. Can be just chock full of bacteria and parasites. There is a parasite called Cryptosporidium, which is shortened online to just crypto, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, I would. It's like the crypto bro of parasites.
It is chlorine-resistant. So the chlorine in the water will not kill it, and it just gives you, like, violent diarrhea.
Amazing.
And the word parasite just makes me want to throw up. So anyway, there's that. And then you can also get really fun things like E. coli and neurovirus and Giardia. And then I also just read that, like, the fecal contamination issue is just is just fucking ongoing.
We should have warned people, if you were
persistent.
eating while listening to this, maybe don't.
Or if you've already purchased tickets to a water park.
Maybe don't.
Sorry. But yeah, there's just poop everywhere.
Yep.
Like, between people going in the water who have been sick recently, don't fucking do that.
Nope.
And then also little kids just, like, having accidents in the pool. So yeah, I will never be going to a water park ever again in my entire life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Actually, let me end on a good thing.
Okay.
I know, shocking.
I would appreciate that. For a first time. Here we go. Introducing a good thing.
So Disney World in Florida has a solar farm.
Ooh.
So they're trying to offset the amount of electricity that they use at Disney World. So they're creating a solar farm.
And that's in Florida and not in California.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would argue we get maybe a little bit more sun than, at least certainly less rain than Florida.
Yeah, maybe they just have the space. Or maybe it's a trial. I think it's relatively new.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll build one in California as well. But I think that that's good. I mean, they're obviously, I'm sure that their fucking shareholders were like, you have to do this so that we don't get death threats. But, so I'm sure they're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Right. I'm sure it's it's a tax write-off or something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're doing it, even if they're doing it for greedy reasons, whatever, they're doing it. And that's great. So the next step is just to focus on the amount of trash that they produce every single day of the year.
Yeah, if everything wasn't single-use everything.
Yeah.
Or more paper instead of plastic.
Yeah.
That could be helpful.
Yeah.
Did you also know, I know all these weird Disney facts, that the areas where they have like electrical boxes or whatever that have to be in certain parts of the park.
Okay.
They are all painted this very specific color of green that is the tone that people will block out the most. Like it's like this certain color of green that the human eye will pass over easiest and it will blend in with like the back. Exactly. Like you just don't notice them. They're there and they're these large like structures, but they're just painted this one specific green color that just is the opposite of eye-catching.
Okay. I mean, I think stuff like that is actually quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's less insidious than how McDonald's paints their shit bright red because it's supposed to make your brain think that you're hungry so you'll eat more.
Oh.
Which is like a little bit evil in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's pretty harmless.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like a dark, like a foresty green.
Yeah, it's like a muted. I can almost picture it. It's like a muted green.
Yeah.
If you look it up online, I'm sure you can find it, like the Disney green that they use. And they also release like a specific scent.
Oh yeah,
into the park, and they use that same scent at all of the Disney stores. So if you go into the Disney store at the mall, it smells like Disneyland.
Oh, it reminds you of Disneyland.
Yes. Which makes you want to spend more money.
Yeah, I also just read that like the whole going to Disney and just spending way more money than you need to and spending money on like souvenirs and it just encourages people to overconsume and stuff like that, and that's really
there was one year, because Brian and I would always go to Disneyland for our anniversaries. There was one year during 2020 when we obviously could not, that I created like a Disneyland at home experience. Aww. Where I went online. You can go online if you've never been to Disneyland and you're curious, or if you've never, like I looked up all the rides at Tokyo and Paris, and there are people that will like wear like GoPros or like have high def cameras and go on all of these rides and do like a POV. So they'll sit at the very front of the ride and just have this like high quality camera, and you just sit. So what I did is I put two chairs in front of the TV, like right up against the TV. Yeah. And like queued up all of these rides for us to go on, and then I just like set all of them up so that it felt like we were going on the rides, and then I even had this little fan that I turned on to be like blow wind in our faces, and we like put up our hands and went wee. And then I made like chocolate chip pancakes and Mickey head shapes and stuff, like made a couple of the foods that they served there and stuff. But if you don't have the money to, or you're curious about those rides, like I said, the ones in like Tokyo are really cool looking, and they're completely different rides. And it's stuff that I'll never, probably ever go see. If I'm going to Tokyo, I'm probably not going to go to Disney, but unless it's free. But if you want to sponsor, but yeah, you can do that. They even have like, I did one that was just like a walk down Main Street, and it's people that get there right when the park opens, so it's empty, and they just walk through, and you get to see and explore just a, digital version of Disney if you're interested.
That's pretty cool.
For free.
I might watch some of those.
YouTube. The rides are really cool because, again, like especially the ones in Tokyo, they're really like technologically advanced. There's lots of, they have lots of robots and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Nice.
For free.
That's sweet that you did that.
Yeah. I also had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Because it was 2020.
But that wouldn't have occurred to me. You're just very creative.
I'm an Imagineer.
You are. You should work for Disney, and then maybe we can get free tickets. I have 3 very short things that people posted on Reddit about visiting Disney World.
Nice.
They're not bad. They're just funny.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I was murdered at Disney.
No. Okay, so someone posted on Reddit and said, what's the worst thing you've seen at Disney World?
Ooh.
Like that you have seen.
Wow.
So, someone said, while waiting for the bus at the end of the day, there was a family behind us that had multiple adults and 1 kid. None of the adults were paying attention, and the kid was going back and forth, dragging his tongue on a 10-foot section of the railing. It went on for about 5 minutes until he decided to stop, and the parents never noticed.
And then they were like, let's split an ice cream.
Ew. Okay, first of all, metal tastes bad. So even if you don't know about germs,
maybe
why would
Disney.
he do this?
You've never tried Disney metal.
It's just so clean. Isn't that fucking disgusting?
So tasty.
Like how many hands were on that?
Yep.
Ugh, oh my god, that's so gross.
Yep. I mean, at least it wasn't at a water park.
Right.
Because that child would most certainly be dead.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gotten on the bus. He would have the tram would have come and he just would have fallen over. Jesus Christ.
And I'm out.
Blech.
Okay, so this one is, I just think, a little humorous. So the characters who dress in costume, when they are on their break, they're required to take their costumes off so that they don't get food or drinks on it.
That makes sense.
So
they seem difficult to clean. Yeah.
So someone wrote in who said that they worked at Disneyland or Disney World, and when you go into, the break room, or I guess they have this underground system of tunnels so that the characters can get around more easily, they said everyone down there is just in their underwear. And it's they can wear leggings and stockings and stuff, so they
But on a hot day you probably wouldn't.
Right. So everyone's just in their underwear.
Interesting.
And eating lunch on the phone with, their friend, or smoking a cigarette, just in their underwear.
Oh my god. That reminds me of another story. I did not witness this, but I remember someone at my film school telling this story about how he went to Disney and one of the rides broke down at Disneyland, and I think it was Splash Mountain or something. And one of the workers had to come and take them and carry them off the ride and take them out the back way, basically, because it was stuck and they could not get it to move. So they just had to take the people off the ride and take them down the stairwell or whatever to get them down to, And so they went in a back way, and he's I basically saw the back lot of Disney where it was all that kind of stuff. And the guy was they were oh, this is so cool. And the guy was yeah, this ride keeps breaking down. It was really bad. Yesterday I was doing this with a group of people, and there was some kids in the in the group that I had pulled back here, and the guy who played Goofy came back here and took off his head and started having a smoke. And all the kids are no.
Oh, that really shatters the illusion.
Goofy's head just coming off, and this dude just lighting up a Marlboro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh. The happiest place on earth.
Yeah. Well, at least they have a story from when they're older.
Yeah. The time I saw Goofy take a drag off a cigarette.
Yep. Or maybe their parents could try to convince
after
them
self
it was a dream.
Decapitating.
Okay, I have one more. This one says they were at Disneyland in 2019.
Okay.
And they saw a family in a little huddle.
Okay.
And there was a girl like, screaming.
Uh-oh.
And the family was huddled around her.
Okay.
And everyone was like, what's going on with this kid? Like, are they hurting her? Like, what's happening? And the person who wrote this said that she got, like, a really good look at what was going on. And the mom was holding the girl's head. And they were like, what is she doing? And they realized that she was picking lice out of the daughter's hair. And the dad was, like, trying to shield it from view, and the kid was, like, throwing a fit.
Oh, my God.
And they didn't want anyone to see that their kid had lice, because, of course, they would probably be asked to leave.
Oh, my God.
So they're trying to hide it from everyone, but the kid was screaming, so it was, like, getting more attention. And the mom was just, like, shielding, trying to pick lice out really fast before anyone saw.
Fuck?
Isn't that crazy? I've never had lice before, and I hope to never have lice.
Same. Oh my God.
I think I would put a lot of distance between myself and that family if I saw that.
That's even, like, oh God. Water park even. Oh God. Yeah. Yep.
So that's all I got.
People are disgusting.
People are disgusting.
Woo!
Okay. So that's some stuff about Disneyland and Disney World. And then maybe like 1 or 2 facts about other things. I still want to go though. I haven't talked myself out of it.
Good.
Okay, so our next episode is going to be about daylight standard time.
Yes.
I've noticed that it doesn't say daylight savings time.
No, because I like daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time.
It should be all the time.
It should be all the time.
The standard time is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it has to go.
Very dumb.
Yes.
Get rid of it.
Yes. Okay.
Out Monday.
Yes, that'll be out Monday. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and you can catch more audio episodes wherever you find your podcasts, and video episodes on YouTube and Spotify.
Yes.
You can follow us at Everything's Dumb Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And you can email us at everythingsdumbpod@gmail.com.
Yep.
I'm doing such a good job.
I know. I don't know why you keep looking over at me for validation.
I feel like I'm going to say something
literally
wrong.
written in front of you.
If you have a dumb topic you want us to talk about, please send it over. We love to hear what you have to say. Mm-hmm. And stay sane out there.
Bye.